As preparations are underway to say goodbye to Queen Elizabeth, we've just learned President Biden is planning to go to her funeral.
Meantime, well-wishers gathered at Buckingham Palace for a second straight day today, awaiting the arrival of King Charles, who greeted the enthusiastic crowd. We have team coverage on today's events. Ali Bauman is at Buckingham Palace.
And we begin with Kristine Johnson joining us live from Windsor Castle. Hello, Kristine.
Hello, Dana and Maurice from London. Good evening. Right behind me is Windsor Castle, and you can see the Windsor Round Tower glowing there in the background. This is where the Queen made her permanent residence back in March. And it is also right behind that tower, which you cannot see, is St. George's Chapel. That is where the Queen will be buried alongside her husband, Prince Philip, her sister, Princess Margaret, and also her mother and father. There is a clear sense of sadness here amongst the people who are mourning the death of their queen. But life and protocol did proceed today with a speech from King Charles III.
I pay tribute to my mother's memory, and I honor her life of service. I know that her death brings great sadness to so many of you, and I share that sense of loss beyond measure with you all.
In his first address as monarch, King Charles III paid tribute to his beloved mother, Queen Elizabeth II.
Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family.
The new king promised to serve his nation faithfully, as the Queen did for 70 years.
I shall endeavor to serve you with loyalty, respect, and love, as I have throughout my life.
Earlier, King Charles arrived at Buckingham Palace to a sea of well-wishers. And following the King's speech, a prayer service was held at St. Paul's Cathedral. Queen Elizabeth II was 96 years old when she died yesterday at Balmoral Castle, her summertime home in Scotland. Across the United Kingdom, gun salutes to honor Britain's longest reigning monarch. And church bells tolled across Great Britain in memory of the Queen. King Charles III begins a new era for the monarchy. His final words today were in honor of his late mother, the Queen.
And to my darling Mama, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late Papa, I want simply to say this: thank you. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
And in his speech, King Charles also mentioned his wife of 17 years, Camilla. She will serve as Queen Consort. He also mentioned that his son, Prince William, and his wife, Catherine, as he refers her to, will be now known as the Prince and Princess of Wales. And also, this notable mention, he mentioned his second son, Harry, and his wife, Meghan, saying that they extend their love as they begin their life overseas. That clearly is something what observers saw as an olive branch for the family in this time of mourning. Now, I know you can probably hear some equipment behind me. There are construction crews setting up in a park near Windsor Castle. They're setting up risers for all of the media in preparation of the media that will be arriving here in the coming days for the funeral. And also here along London, the coronation of King Charles III not expected to last for several months, but tomorrow the Ascension Council will meet at St. James Place to formally acknowledge the Queen's death and proclaim Charles the King. Also tomorrow, King Charles will meet with Prime Minister Liz Truss, and funeral details for Queen Elizabeth have not yet been announced, but there will be a public viewing in Scotland before the Queen's body is flown to London. She will then lie in state in Westminster Hall in the UK Parliament for 4 days.